Hello, this is Austin-born, California molded. My name is Jimmy Brady, and I'm going to be doing social reviews on the social scale for several different things. I'm starting this channel with none other than The Devil Wears Prada 2 and my full review on the film right now. I left a review earlier for the spoiler-free version, and if you have not seen this film, push stop right now because I'm going to go into details on the film and I don't want to ruin it for you. So here we go. You see me in these colors. You see me in this happy attitude. You see me with the bright, the environment around me. This is the way that movie made me feel. I'm just going to sum it up with that. I'm very satisfied with the movie, where it took me, and the results that it had with my feelings right now, and the way it made me think, and the way I have a lot of happiness in my soul that the world is in the place it should be in, and Runway's still okay. So I'm going to go into the reasons why I love this film, and the reasons why it's a success, and I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I'm telling you that right off the bat. I'm not going to talk about too much of the negative. I will mention a few things. A couple of things were a little slow at the beginning. Slow in the fact that it was a really quick jump in to get all these characters back together and didn't give you much of you couldn't really figure it out. You had to kind of like keep up. But then it was like, almost like were like a fly on the wall of something that could have been summed up later. And it was just a little bit slow directing wise in terms of explaining this in a simplified way to where it could make sense. But it was just basically, that's a little thing, you know. I didn't get worried because it's entertaining. But you're kind of wondering, okay, it's just a little, the flow of it is just a little patchy, so to speak. So we got we've got Anne Hathaway's character. She's coming back as Andy Sachs, and she has grown up. She has done her dream. She didn't go back to the man. She's decided she's going to live as a journalist, and she has become a successful journalist. And she's got the eye for clothing now. She's confident, and she learned a lot at Runway, so she's basically doing her thing. And something happens at the beginning of the film, which is kind of what happens to everybody in this realm of Runway, which was what brings them all together. Her career basically gets disintegrated, her whole department, and her journalist career, right as she's winning an award. It's kind of ironic the way life happens like that. Well, in a way, there's a problem going on with Runway that Miranda Priestley is involved with, and she needs good PR, and she the email comes to Anne Hathaway, just, don't we wish life were this simple? We lose our job and immediately we get a job offer that pays like twice as much. So you have this whole beginning part where Anne Hathaway's with her friends, and she's all deciding whether she wants to go back and do this demon again that she left, and that she, doing this job, is this not? She's trying to make this job work in her mind this time instead of trying to, learn about it. She knows what it's all about, but she's trying to think, okay, I do know how to do my journalism now, and I can help this company. I can save this company. So she goes in there thinking that Meryl Streep is the one who was behind hiring her. And then you have her entering, which is this brilliant entrance where she's so excited thinking that Meryl Streep's going to be just lovely to her. And Meryl Streep, honestly, doesn't remember her. And I think obviously, you can read it either way you want to, but it just throws that dynamic right back to you, like, oh, this is that dynamic, and how that character is so true to herself, and these things never end. But it's just a great beginning, because there they are again, and there's Anne Hathaway, and she's basically there, and she has to do a job to do, which is, she does her journalism to reach a different audience, to get Miranda Priestley's ass out of hot water, because Miranda made some bad deals and she needs some good PR. And in the meantime, we got Emily's character, who was the first assistant that was Anne Hathaway's boss, the funny girl from England that we all love, and she just had the best one-liners in the first movie, and she was just so hell-bent on that job and wanted Meryl Streep to respect her so much, and she looked up to her so much, and she is no longer with Runway. She's moved on, and she's moved on to be the head of the advertising powerhouse that basically runs Runway now. So she's like working for Chanel, at the head of Chanel, and she's in charge of all the money that goes into Runway. So it's basically, she puts herself in a situation where she basically she's holding the pocketbook for Miranda this time. And it's so it's such a great dynamic because it's so true and it progresses and does it so well in the film. You don't see it coming, and you don't see it kind of comes up from behind you, and to the way this progresses as to the main conflict in the film and how it's resolved. But she doesn't work for Runway anymore. She's moved on to still be in touch with Runway in her way, so she can have the upper hand. And this is kind of a revenge thing, but it's also something that her character in this film goes through. She's going through it in her way, and she learns through it. And she has some funny lines, but they're very dark because she's in a very dark kind of place of trying to establish her identity and power, and probably for the wrong reasons. Now, all the characters here in this movie have the reasons why they're doing what they do, which is so well acted and perfectly defined, and I give this movie such praise for that. I want to start with the obvious. Okay, Stanley Tucci. He loves this art so much, and he respects Miranda Priestley, and he would love to have the limelight, but he's carrying that character, but yet this time he has even more of it. He has more of the powerhouse silent behind the scenes, and you just love that about him. And his character gets to wear the coolest fashions this time. I mean, he's wearing 3-piece suits that are just so tailoring and beautiful. And the fashions in this movie, I will say one thing. I'm going to be reviewing a lot of fashions on this channel, and that's one of my main passions in life. And I'm doing things in the social realm that I'm very passionate about, as well as I'm kind of an expert at. Well, that's where I am. So Stanley Tucci's living that character. He's still basically, doing his thing, but he also knows where Runway is and where it's heading. And he's still trusting Miranda Priestley, and he's also kind of the silent partner, that is helping as much as he can, because he loves the art so much, and he loves her. She may not give him accolades, but he holds that in, thinking one day he'll get them. And so that's where you're at with him. So these characters are just strong. You're with them. You're rooting for them the whole time. And then that with the confidence that Anne Hathaway brings, that, okay, so you're rooting for him. You're rooting for to give her a chance, but not just a chance. You're kind of impressed with her. So you want to see what she might actually be able to do to help Meryl Streep. And she does. And it's really cool. But it happens really quick in the film. And she establishes that warmth with Meryl Streep again, and then you get kind of worried because you're seeing Meryl Streep's character go through this so soon, and you're wondering, well, that takes a lot to get to that point with Meryl Streep, but then her character gets to progress in a way and show you the depth behind her career and why Miranda Priestley is the way she is. Now, I want you to think back and try to stay with me here for a moment. I look at this film in a way that sees Miranda Priestley in the person that she really was, as her job took her to become the head of Runway. This would have meant she would have been basically in lower positions during the iconic era of Gianni Versace in the late 90s, with the supermodels that wore his clothes on these runway shoots that were iconic, and these clothes were gorgeous. And I was watching one of those iconic videos from 1997. It says iconic runway, and these were the supermodels. You had Naomi Campbell, the clothes were just, he was gifted. And I'm telling you now, I was saying to my sister, where did fashion like that go? Well, I got my answer. Not only did this movie give me a new storyline and where these characters were going, the designers behind it are doing the work, and they are bringing back the beautiful fashions, and that's so awesome. A little backstory. This first film meant so much to me because I was just dating Tad Howington at the time. He was my partner of 20 years. And this was during our dating period in 2006, and it was one of the best days. We had the best date. We went to the theater here in Austin, and we saw the movie. It was packed. It was a great reception. Everybody applauded at the end. We loved the film. It just made us feel really good. It brought us together. It was kind of one of those dates that solidified our relationship. Like I said, we were together 20 years. He passed away 2 years ago. So it was a little bit bittersweet for me to go see this film, watching these characters progress, because the characters were just so well done. That's what makes acting so, that's what gave Meryl Streep that charm, and what made you just root for her and everything and want to see more. And she was nominated for the first film for Best Actress. I hope she's nominated again, because I honestly would. This character this time, a lot of people online, I've watched a couple of reviews. Their review was pretty solid. I see Meryl Streep's character as such an in-depth, three-dimensional growth that I think she should nail Best Actress this time. She's even better than before. And here's why. You see her past, that's where she's working with. She's trying to make this art, and she's the one that can do this. She's the one that can carry this art form and keep this art form, going. And Runway is her powerhouse. She's about to get promoted with Elias Clark by her boss from the first film. He's about to promote her. But she's made a mistake, so he had to hire Anne Hathaway on to save the company kind of thing. So we're at the middle part of this movie, and Meryl Streep's letting her guard down, and you're thinking, okay, well, there's no way that this can be a success this early. And so something happens that throws Miranda Priestley into a questionable, okay, she didn't see it coming. And so she has to basically navigate basically saving Runway because the boss has a heart attack. And so she has to navigate the fact that the company is now run by his son, and his son, unrelatable, and she is not. She's a fish out of water. So there's this brief, 30 minutes of the movie where she's doing exactly what Miranda Priestley would do, and it's so funny. These scenes where she's caught in situations where she's trying to control, and she's in it, but she's realizing she can't because she does not know the audience, and she's in situations where she would never be before because she didn't even know that that kind of lifestyle existed even in her company. And it's really funny because this is a comical force around her that's showing her as a relatable character and how she's going to be in charge, but she doesn't know how the hell she's going to do it. And right now she is just holding her own. She's going through it, and it's really good. It's really good. It's a great piece for her to show her acting abilities, like her early stuff, like Death Becomes Her, and even that movie with Roseanne she did. It's her old acting chops at large, and it's wonderful. Then the movie progresses to the second act, I call it, and that's where the montage comes in. You get that Madonna song, Vogue, and then here come the fashions. And the montage from the first one, as we remember, Anne Hathaway with the ignorance on fashion, and then she gets clued in, and she does this, she struts, and it's just such a wonderful montage. This one, stay tuned. This one's even better. This one is a powerhouse, and these fashions that just blow your mind. It's just so beautiful. You just you see them just like a gang, and Meryl Streep's in front of them, and they do these montages, and they're in Milan, knowing that the company's crumbling, and then they're in Milan doing everybody's doing their thing, trying to save the company in Runway. Meanwhile, there's Emily. Why is she here? Well, she's got a reason for being there too. And so it's just a great film. It progresses beautifully. It tells a great story and what these characters are doing 20 years later and what they're trying to do to fulfill their, what their real true desires are and where their passions run and how, the forces behind them and the people that work for them power up and join forces to make the real vision continue, either for themselves or for what it's supposed to be continued for, which is Miranda Priestley's vision for keeping her there at Runway and keeping that dream creating fashions and being the executor of such an iconic, life-changing, wonderful passion and wonderful. It's just an outlet. It's art. It's art. I live for it. When I go to my closet every morning. It means so much. It means so much to express yourself that way. And I will say something. I'm very picky, and I have a lot to say in my next videos about reviews about fashion that I think has hold its place in time, and fashion that's coming, and I'm excited about. Also, the fashion that's been these quick fashion nightmares. And we're going to go into depth about that. So I hope you stay tuned. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. This movie, if you are one of those people that likes that fresh and just something new all the time, you're not going to like this. If you're not trying to follow the characters and you're going to this movie trying to be scrolling something to be wowed about something new and you're not getting this. You're getting quality Chanel. I'm just going to call it the Chanel method, the approach on this. You're getting why people are seeing this that really truly want to see where these characters go and want to see the acting and want to see the story because we're involved. It does it 100%. That's why I'm giving it 9 out of 10. If you're going there to see a brand new, something fresh and a whole new idea, well, that's not what this is. We've already established that in the first film. So this one is a continuation of how they're maintaining that passion for that type of the life that we all have passion for and what they had passion for in the first one. And let me tell you something, it was very inspiring, and these actors did what they were supposed to do. And there's moments in this movie that are closure, that make these characters true angels come out, and you can see it, including Miranda Priestley. And then you see the characters that are having to basically kind of eat shit because they made some bad choices. All in all, this movie is a wonderful film. It should satisfy everything I hold dear to, something to live up to. My late partner who can't go see it, and I'm, thinking about him during it. So I have a lot at stake here to see this movie, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and I hope that you enjoy it. My next review is going to be something different. We're going to go on to a different topic and a different platform. I haven't revealed that yet, but it's going to be in the same environment. I will reveal what I'm going to be commenting about. Like I said, I'm Austin born, California molded. I'm a DJ of 25 years, and I'll just keep it at that. But my reviews are important because I'm going to tell you which products work, and I'm very picky. Have a great night.